It's another episode of Built From Nothing podcast. I'm your host, Sean. I got my guy Tez here who replacing Nell. Nell couldn't be here today. And we got special guests. I'm here with the versatile, the athletic, the bucket getter, Stanton Kidd, man. Yeah, man. Look, I brought you here today, man, because you're one of my guys growing up.
Absolutely.
We're from the same neighborhood. You accomplished so much coming out the neighborhood, and I just want to give you your flowers and tell your story, brother.
Man, I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate that for real.
So yeah, man, we just gonna start off with what got you started in the basketball, brother.
Man, started at the age of 6. Been loving the game ever since. My father played it. My brother played it. Man, I started at Chick Webb. Played AU there, a little house league before AU became popular, whatever, for the hoop thing. House league, moved on to AAU with Chick Webb, played with Chick Webb all until I was about maybe 14. And wound up moving to Crusader Station First Baptist. Man, I mean, I just love the game. Pops kind of put the ball in my hand. I mean, he used to watch hoop videos with me and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, Kobe, all that. You know what I'm saying? So it was just destined to be for real.
Oh, for sure. Man, let's jump straight to high school, man. Like, what got you to go to Emerson, bro? Because, I mean, I know you're from the village and whatever the case may be, right around the corner, but why you chose Emerson High School?
I ain't gonna lie, walking distance.
Oh,
I
for
thought it's right there, you feel me? I mean, I ain't really wanting to catch the bus. I ain't really want to go too far, so it was like walking distance. And then when I got to Emerson, you know, it's a football school, you feel me? So I was like, man, I told my mother, told my father, I said, I'm gonna change this culture up here. I mean, it wasn't exact words because we use culture more now, but I was like, I'm gonna change it around up here. You know, I'm gonna change it to a basketball type program. You know, I want people to be like, I want to go to Emerson because Stanton did it. And I mean, it was definitely a work in progress.
You know, you was doing your thing, but your senior year, you turned it up to another notch. And I remember y'all went through the year best team on the west side, and then y'all ended up playing league in the championship. And I feel like the underdog, bro, that's just how people view you. You feel me? Underdog. Tell us about that game. And
Darnell told me, just like, man, look, we're going to win this game if you do a hell of a job of defending Pee Wee. You know what I'm saying? Another one that played down Chick Webb with us, too. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you defend Pee Wee well, then Josh should do his thing, and we got a chance to be in the game and beat him. But if Josh gets 40 and Pee Wee gets 20, we lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, but because he's like, nobody on this team going to outscore Josh. But we can control the tempo if we take care of Pee Wee. So that was my assignment that game. Like, I think I only had like 10 points, but my assignment was to defend Pee Wee, make it tough on him, make all the shots tough, and just defend him well. You know what I'm saying? To keep him from scoring. I mean, then we also put a bet on it. Me and Coach Darnell, he was like, yo, if you do the right thing, defend Pee Wee well, and we win the state championship, you can drive my car to prom. I was like, all right,
motivated.
Yeah, I was motivated. Like, he had an S550. I'll never forget it. I'm like, all right, bet. And we won that motherfucker. Everybody like, yeah, we won that shit. I was like, I got the whip.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, we talk about that shit all the time, man. Like, so he blessed me, but at the end of the day, he just showed me, like, if you really put some motivation behind some shit, you know, you tell yourself to do something, you can do it. And that's what it was, man. We won that shit. And that changed the program forever.
For sure. Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, bro. Yeah. That's a fact. So, I mean, to go out with a championship in your last year, bro, that's idealistic. You know what I'm saying? So, tell me how the recruiting process was going to college.
Trash. For real. Yeah, it was trash. I ain't had no grades.
Right.
I mean, I don't say I ain't had no grades, but my GPA wasn't high enough to where though I could skate by on the SAT. Now knowing the free game that I had, why some of the guys went to prep schools instead of doing a senior in the city, it gave them a chance to actually take college prep courses to make that SAT easier. You know what I'm saying? Or the ACT easier. So I never forget, I took my SAT at Emerson and took my ACT at St. Francis. I took that shit back to back and couldn't pass it. My father, like, you cramming now, you really trying to take that shit, like, not getting no sleep, really stand up, trying to stay up and study and all that shit. He was just like, fuck that shit, go to Juco. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I'm like, all right, I'll go to Juco. I think we had Loyola in high school. Loyola University came up there. Coach passed, so he came up there, and he just was like, I love him, I want him, but I can't do nothing with his grades.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he just, my father was like, man, well, I think we're going to Juco route. So I'm like, I bet. I wound up looking at some Jucos, played in unsigned senior tournament, AAU joints up in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Got some Jucos, wound up getting poked college.
Okay.
That's where his went.
Right.
So now I call his, man, you going to Polk? Like, yeah, like I'm going to with you. So now we about to go to Polk. Wind up decommitting from there and wind up going to South Plains with Darrell Ellis.
You went down there, bro, 36-0.
Man.
Crazy. I was just about to ask, how was that journey?
Yeah, so like getting down there in middle of West Texas, freshman year, we was all right. We was good. We finished above 500. Coach Green was a hell of a coach. Steve Green is like one of the best coaches in Juco history. He just actually got a job with Texas Tech. Okay. So then after that year, we had a bunch of D1 transfers into Juco. So it was like just upped our level so high. We go to a jamboree thinking we the shit. We get smacked. We get smacked the whole jamboree in front of all the college coaches. I mean, you walk in the gym, it's like you walk in here and you don't see it. So say this door is to the back. You walk in, you can't really see the coaches until you get in the gym. And there's nothing but coaches. The whole bleachers up. Right. Nothing on the side but just windows like that. You know what I'm saying? So we get in there, nothing but coaches. We get smacked. Coach ain't even coming in, man. He just was like, we're going to win a national championship this year. Like, y'all buy in, we're going to win a national championship this year. We ain't know how. We're going to win that shit this year. After that, man, we was beating niggas about 40. Then we get to the state, we get to the actual national tournament, and we got a hell of a task. We played, I don't even know the name of the team, but I know he was from Mississippi, and they had this cold-ass white dude, bro. He was a lefty. This nigga remind me of dirt, bro. He was nasty, and he talked crazy, too. He almost got us out of there. Wound up beating him. Then we go play Monroe from New York.
Yeah, and they always
a hell of a team.
Always had a solid team.
They actually had my point guard who went to North Carolina Central with me, and that was the toughest. Everybody thought we was gonna lose that game because they matched up with us in size. Orlando Sanchez was like a bucket getter, but he was like 6'8" with it. But got them out of there. The national championship game, and it's against Northwest Florida, against a dude named Chris Jones that wound up going to Louisville. We watching him after we beat Monroe. We watched this game, and he had like 30, and he was cooking, right? Like he ain't no bigger than probably like, say he might be like 6 feet. Okay. But he's nasty though, like a bucket getter. After they beat him, he walked down us, taking off his shirt. He was like, y'all niggas next. He told me just like that, like, y'all niggas next. And we like, damn. So we like, all right, bet we gonna see. We wound up beating them dudes, get them out of there, won that shit, bro. And that shit was just unreal, bro.
In my mind, all the letters coming your way.
So all the letters was coming in during the year, but my assistant coach, if he watches, he gonna laugh. Justin Brown. I had a bad practice, and right before one of my visits to Central, and the coach was like, Coach Green was like, "Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be out starting full, so you might as well go ahead and pick a scoop now and get it out the way." Playing mind games, mind you, playing mind games. So I'm like, no problem.
Right.
Go to Central, liked it, signed.
Right.
Yeah, signed. I come back, he mad as shit. Why would you sign? I'm like, told me to. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, all right, whatever. He like, don't worry about it. Focus on the season. And we go through the season. Missouri coming at me, Nebraska, all these other schools. And I had a decision to make on the way back home, was to stay or leave. And I was just like, man, I made my bid, I'm gonna land. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with it, do a year, do my thing there and see how I go. Then I had got a stress fracture in my shin. So now I'm at Central, just, down there in the summer, I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, I really want to play on a national schedule. Yeah. On TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that Central ain't got it. Like, I feel like Central on the map now. If y'all see it now. You know what I'm saying? They're on the map. But I feel like I played a part in what they had going on.
Foundation.
Because it was the turning point. Like, Lavelle's a hell of a coach. And he's a great guy to be around. And he's cool. But, like, I just felt like, I wanted to get that immediate joint. I knew that time was running out for me. Time was running out for me to go make, if I wanted to go make the league, whatever it was, to go make some money from this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, not saying I couldn't do it from Central, but I just was like, fuck it, I'm
seen a different opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how you ended up getting to the next school? And tell everybody what you got.
Yeah. So I wound up transferring, going to Colorado State.
Which
so
is crazy.
After I left, I was like, I put in my release form. I asked for my release form. I was down there during summer classes. So I was there pretty much getting ready for next year. I think it was in June or July. My mother and them drove down. My mother and father drove down, came and got me, packed all my stuff up. They came and got my release form. We met with Moulton, got our papers, and left. And as I left, I forget the college guy name that's on Twitter. He like real big time on Twitter, but he always know about when people transfer. So my name went right into the portal. Yeah. Before they called it the portal now. You know what I'm saying? Right. So my name went in the portal, and I was getting immediate calls after that. Like Cleveland State, Mississippi State, who we had, Colorado State, Fresno, UNLV. So Colorado State made sense because, like I said, this should always just come back full circle. The head coach of Midland Community College down in Texas wound up being under Larry Eustachy at Ole Miss. Right. And when Larry left Ole Miss, they all went to Colorado State. Gotcha. So it's Larry, Leonard Perry, and Ross Hodge. Okay. Ross was the first one to reach out to me because he knew who I was. He knew I was transferring. Right. Got on the phone with him on the ride back up from North Carolina. He like, look, I know what you can do. You're going to fit what we got going on. We got some other transfers coming in. You the piece that we need to make this thing happen. Crazy. And I'm like, all right, I would love to take a visit. He like, we can set that up, no problem. Then Leonard Perry called me. Leonard was the coach with, he used to coach with the Pacers. When Larry had the Pacers. Larry Bird had the Pacers. Okay. Larry Bird. So he called me. He just was like, you got a pro-style game. I feel like I can help you with this. And, we can kind of make some things happen. He's like, look, I ain't going to butter you up. I'm going to tell you, it ain't going to be easy. We're going to make sure you become a pro and become a man before you leave it. And I'm like, all right, bet.
That's all you can ask for.
Exactly. Right. So I didn't really get a chance to talk to Larry until I was actually going out for the visit. But I had some other visits that I had or whatever, but I went on Colorado State first. Mm-hmm. I had a setup, so I went on Colorado State first. And I got this, I don't know what's wrong with me, but every time I go on a visit, if I like it, sign it. I ain't even looking at nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So Colorado State was perfect. Like, it's Denver. I mean, we right outside of Denver. The mountains, the scenic. My mother and them was so happy about it. They treated my family so good. Crazy at the time.
And you had to sit out.
I had to sit out one year. Sit out 1 year. I wound up getting that stress fracture fixed that year.
Oh, so it worked out.
Worked out perfect.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I wound up being able to, I think I got the surgery done in October, was back on the floor a little bit after Christmas. Started practicing with the team, got in shape, and then just hit the ground running. That summer, stayed out there the whole summer. Came home for like 2 weeks, whatever. Stayed out the whole summer and hit the senior year rolling.
And what was that like?
I think we had the best record in school history. I think they just broke it. If I'm not mistaken, this last team they just had, it just broke it. But we was, I think, 25 or maybe 27 and like 9 or something like that.
Look at that though. Mm-hmm. High school, you go there, you win. Yeah. South Plains, you go there, you win. Yeah. Central, won. We won. Yeah. Win.
Regular season champs.
Change the culture, and you go to Colorado State, you win. Yeah. So, that's just an attestament to how you play. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think they put you anywhere on the floor, and you just adapt to it. Yeah, you get the job done no matter what.
Yeah, how to win. Yeah.
So you do your last year of college. It's time to sign. Into the draft.
Into the draft. Put my name in.
So you went undrafted for real. Mm-hmm. Any workouts?
One. Denver.
Of course.
Denver Nuggets. It's right up the street.
Okay. And how you do with the workout?
I feel like I did a hell of a job. Okay. I mean, Tim Conley told me, man, you play well. We like the way you shoot, but I feel like you just a step away. Okay. I can respect that. Instead of filling me up with smoke, telling me to come play in some league, you don't play me. So I took the workout, appreciated it. Out of there. Went back down to Fort Collins, stayed there for another week, worked out, and got up out of there, came home.
So tell me about the overseas process for those years up until you got the summer league.
So as soon as my senior game was over, you get a list of agents that's interested in you. For sure. You start talking. But you talk to them during the year, honestly. Mm-hmm. But it's just like here and there. I had one I was about to go with this Italian agency. Who I think was really good, but also I just couldn't really figure him out. And I just didn't really want to sign with a European agent right away, so I signed with an American agent who had European ties. You know what I'm saying? So I wound up going with Justin Haynes, what was Worldwide Sports. Okay. So I stuck with him. Like I said, he had a camp that he ran, which was perfect. He had one of the best overseas like type of camps that you can run in Vegas at the same time doing the summer league. So mind you, I'm in Vegas from the time that I signed with the Jazz. I went to Vegas from 2015 all the way up to 2018.
Okay.
So I'm in Vegas every summer, but I'm not. I told them when I went to go play in this camp, I said I really want to be next door. So I'm like, whatever we got to do, we're gonna do it here first. We're gonna take care of business here first, but I want to be playing next door. And that's how it is.
Right.
And he was like, we're gonna make it happen. I'm not a bet. So we go to the camp. I kill it. This team in Belgium really liked me. Tarver McCord. No, I'm sorry. Coach Brian gave me my first opportunity with the belt with Limburg United in Belgium. Go there, have a normal rookie season, get adjusted to the pro game, average like 9 points, whatever. Come off the bench. Ups and downs, playing behind somebody you feel like you should be playing in front of, whatever. But this is what it is. I went there and did my thing. We had an exit meeting, and I'm gonna put this in because I'm gonna keep it raw, I'm gonna keep it real. We had an exit meeting. He was like, "Where do you want to play in the next 5 years?" I said, "I'm gonna be in the NBA. I'm playing in the NBA." He was like, "We gonna see." I'm like, "All right, bet, whatever." So I'm not saying he doubt me, but it was kind of like almost he was, right?
You felt the tension when
I felt the
had
tension.
that conversation,
right? So I had a hell of a year. Shot like above 35% from three, which was okay for my first year. Wound up drawing enough tension from other teams in Europe, Germany area, Belgium area also, but wound up going back to landing camp again. Then now at this time, I wound up getting an offer from the team in Germany under a coach named Tyron McCoy, black coach, played in Germany for a long time, legend there, and he the one that kind of like taught me how to like really get buckets, like really like as a pro, like how to approach the game and how to become a bucket getter and also play the right way to go play at the higher levels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he been a part of EuroLeague teams. He coached EuroLeague teams, so it was like assistant coach on EuroLeague teams. So we still got a great connection to this day. Wound up going to Germany, having a great year too. But I think in preseason I had tore a labrum in my right shoulder, so that kind of set me back to where as though being the shooter that I am, I didn't know I was going to be as good coming back.
Right.
But they repaired me right, came back, got better, and picked up right where I left off in the preseason and shot 43% from that year.
Crazy.
Yeah, from three. And averaged 12 to 13 points. And we wasn't the best team in the league, but we could beat some teams that we shouldn't beat, and we were going to lose some games that we shouldn't lose.
Right.
But had a great year, had some great guys on that team, and then that's when the shit just took a full 360.
Again.
Right. Again, like it went to another level again. Now I'm getting interest from Eurocup teams, EuroLeague teams, and one of the Eurocup teams that wanted me, that liked me, because actually playing in the German League, we played against Alba Berlin, which is in Berlin. The GM of my team in Turkey that I signed to with David Blatt, he was affiliated with Alba Berlin, so he knew who I was. So I was his signing more so than David Blatt. David Blatt wasn't sold on me just that that fast, but the GM was like, look, he's gonna do the right things. I think we can take a chance on him, and wound up turning out perfect for me. I wound up being one of David Blatt's like, okay, I can rely on Stan when he's on the floor. I know he's gonna make shots. I know he's gonna defend, and I know he's gonna play the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then my game took off from there. Like that was after David left Cleveland.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And came to Turkey, but David's a legend over there. Maccabi.
Right. That's why they brought him over to the league.
Exactly.
So tell us about that year, bro, because that's an unbelievable
another championship year.
That's
it's
cool.
crazy, man. I mean, playing in the Turkish league, the first 9 games in Turkey I didn't play, in the actual domestic league, because we had 7 foreigners. I think at the time only 5 could play.
Okay.
So 2 always had to sit, or maybe 6. I could be wrong, but David just was like I said, I wasn't his signing. He wasn't sold on. He felt like maybe I wasn't ready. So next man up always happens. Somebody may get hurt. It's your time.
Right.
I never forget. Somebody got hurt. I got my opportunity. Jawan Johnson, actually, one of my homeboys, close friend that was on the team. He played the 4. I was playing the stretch 4 at the time. He got hurt. I stepped up. I had 20 the first game I played. 20 first game I played, like 4 for 5 from 3. Free throws, rebounded well, and I got cussed out after the game.
What'd he say?
David just cussed me out because we lost.
Oh, yeah.
Because we lost, he cussed me out. Then he pulled me to the side. He just was like, I had to do that because it's a game we shouldn't have lost, but you played a hell of a game, but I don't want you to get comfortable. And I had to show them that, I'm not gonna take it easy on nobody because they played a game. No, we lost. But he was like, you played a hell of a game. You found yourself minutes. You're gonna be in a rotation. You just gotta keep putting in the work. And after that, I never sat out of the game. Never. I was always
in the rotation.
Either I started or I was in the game at the end. Like I was in the game in the mix, but I always found myself on the floor when it was crunch time.
And that's all you really can ask for.
Exactly. That was throughout the whole season. And then as time went on, we had more injuries. James Bell gets hurt. Played at Villanova. He gets hurt. I think he breaks his foot. So now they want to, as we go into the Eurocup playoffs, they want to bring in a wing. And once again, the GM, he just was like, I believe in Stan. I think Stan can play the three.
Of course.
So we're gonna take a chance. They took a chance on me, and this was in the finals of the Eurocup series. Yeah, it was crazy.
Tough,
yeah,
bro.
so started me at the three, and basically that time I was just a 3-and-D guy. So that's how that NBA stigma started coming, because I was able to hit corner threes and defend every position on the floor. And then after that, I found myself in the summer league. The first year after the season went over, my agent hit me, was like, Utah really likes you. They want you to come out for that mini camp. I go to that mini camp, I kill it. Then they call me back like they want you to come back for summer league. Gotcha. So I go back for summer league, and that's how I got that summer league that first year where it was, it was like my coming out party.
Take me through that transition from, playing overseas to the summer league. And you really believe in that you about to get a contract.
Yeah.
And tell us the aftermath of that as well.
Yeah. So like going into the summer league, I'm like, man, I got a real opportunity, but I'm gonna do all the shit that I learned from David and that team. I'm gonna apply it to here.
Sure. I'm
not gonna go out here and try to like play. It's a different style how you play. Like I knew what they was looking for. They was looking for 3-and-D. Defend, hit shots, attack the rim when you can, play fast in transition. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna play like how I play in the Bronx. I got a totally different game when I play in the Bronx.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like here, I knew what they looking for. So you play the game. You give them what they actually looking for. Then once you get your feet all the way in there, then you like, I got this too. You're like, oh shit, you got that too. So now that's how you growing it. But going to that summer league, it was just like, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I'm just like, damn, I'm actually getting an opportunity to make a step towards the league. So I'm like, I just gotta do the right little thing. So my first game was against the Hawks. No, I'm sorry. We played Memphis, and I didn't play. They set me that game. I didn't play that game. We played against Memphis. I sat out that game. My first game actually playing was against Atlanta and Trae Young and them. Went crazy. But it wasn't like I was coming down just blah 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 20. Like no, it was like the little shit, catch and shoot, knock down, go block a nigga shit on the backboard. You know what I'm saying?
Everything that you're accustomed to do. Yeah,
exactly. Everything that made them look like okay, we could see him doing that, along with the Donovan Mitchells, the Joe Ingles, all that stuff.
And you had a good team too. I remember you played with Grayson Allen too, right?
Grayson Allen was on that team.
Yep.
George Niang was on that team. Tony Bradley was on that team. So these all roster guys that was on that team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like you couldn't tell the difference. I was
for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I kill in Salt Lake. We go to Vegas, and I like turn it up a level. Yeah. Vegas is for like really for the stars, like the Luka Doncic's and all that, like the dudes that really got one high picks. Those are for those guys. But I stood out there to the point where as though we were getting overseas offers and we was getting more NBA teams interested. That's when the Orlandos and all those teams I named earlier that came in for the second year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I go there, I wake up one morning, they're like, I'm close or whatever to sign a 2-way contract. Right. So that comes out. Now my team hits my agent like, is Stanton going to sign a 2-way contract because he's still on a contract with us? So my agent like, well, we didn't negotiate anything with the Utah Jazz. That's false news, yada, yada, yada. So we actually sit down with the Jazz and talk to him, and one of the guys was just like, well, we really want you to sign a 2-way contract, but would you be willing to do it? I'm like, yeah, if I can get on my deal. So the team was asking for too much. It was asking for more than what my contract was overseas. This to buy me out. And Utah was just like, we don't want to pay that. We like you. We'll watch you play the rest of the season, and we'll revisit it next year when you're free. Because we can get you for free next year. You only got one more year, as long as you stay healthy, yada yada yada, and all that shit. But then some teams in Spain wanted me, and they came with a crazy bag. So like now I'm like, okay. I'm talking to my agent like, what should we do? Should we leave and go to this team? He just was like, no, let's see what happens. down the line and see if maybe we can figure out this two-way thing because you know you want to play in the NBA or what you want to do. And then I just kind of was like, fuck it. I had a hell of a summer league. Let's go back and handle business in the Euroleague. Euroleague right behind, like it's a step behind the NBA. I feel like as competition-wise. That's the best competition outside the NBA.
Right.
So go back to Dashka, the team in Turkey, played for the Euroleague joint. Didn't have the best of the year, but like far as team-wise, but I still played solid. Still shot, the high 30s, low 40s from 3. But we just didn't win. I had 14 NBA workouts that summer.
That's tough.
Yeah, that was wild. It was
That's
wild.
tough.
It was wild.
What teams?
Just name a few.
I'm name a few. So I had Utah, of course. I had Sacramento. I had Orlando. I had what else we had? We didn't have Golden State. Spurs. And we had Denver. Once again, we did Denver.
Right.
After the season, I go with the Jazz. They asked me, hey, you playing summer league with us again? I'm like, I don't know. I got a opportunity to go work out for the Spurs. So they was like, well, I'll work out the Spurs, so you come work out with us, and then you go to the Spurs. I'm like, yeah, I'll come work out with y'all. As I go work out with them, my agent called me like, Spurs canceled the workout. They don't have enough guys that they want to be in the workout, so they're gonna cancel it. So I'm like, all right, bet I'll just go work out. I'll stay with the Spurs. So stay with the Jazz. So I want to stay with the Jazz, play summer league with them, did the mini camp, go out there. Now I'm with 3 of their first rounders. I think they had 3 of their draft picks, and we had a great summer league. I mean, it wasn't like how it was the first year, but we had a great summer league. I showed growth, and in my game, I still shot it well. Still played above the rim like how I was supposed to. I actually was playing a little bit more pick and roll, a little bit more ball handling, so it kind of showed that, okay, his game got better.
Right.
And
they remembered the year before, for sure.
Exactly.
They remembered the year before, and they picked you up.
Yeah.
So, give us signing with them and the departure from the Jazz as well.
So signing with them, I signed in. Well, they told me that I was flying back to Utah after the last game. So we played. I think we played Charlotte. I think I can't remember if we won or lost, but they pulled me, Mie Oni, Jarrell Brantley, and Justin Wright Foreman. They pulled all 4 of us up and like, y'all, all 4 of y'all flying back. Matter of fact, I think those 3 was already signed. So I went back to Utah to sign my papers because they got drafted. So y'all was signed. So they pulled all 4 of us. They told us when we had a report, when we was gonna be out there, how they was gonna set us up, car, all that stuff. Fly back to Utah, stay 2 nights in Utah, sign my papers, and come back home. Yep.
It was good seeing you on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And just to see you in the NBA, I played against you, so that is always a good feeling. I do got one little quick question before you tell us about your departure.
Yep.
How was it seeing yourself on 2K though? You feel me?
It was weird, bro, because I was really like a bot for real. It wasn't like it was like actually detailed.
Yeah,
like,
they ain't use like your real picture. They use the little image jump that like basically like your mock player type of situation.
So I mean it was cool though, but like I definitely was ass on that. but the crazy thing, the clip was crazy though. Like so like my 3-point percentage was like 80 or something like that, 85 or something like that. So I'm like, okay, all right, they giving me some type of leeway. But it was dope though, man. I actually just being with the Jazz period. The NBA experience is crazy. Like just flying from different cities, flying on private jets, eating good food. All that stuff, staying in 5-star hotels, and just putting in the work. Like I can go to the gym anytime I want. I actually got some of my friends, like some of my close friends, family members. They came out there to actually see the facilities and all that stuff, and they enjoyed it. It was fun, you know what I'm saying. I felt like I did all the right things to be a part of that team, but it's a business, you know what I mean. And like I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't get an opportunity or politics. Nah, I put in the work. Just didn't work out for me. Yeah. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And it happened. Like it wasn't like I stunk it up. I had a great preseason. I feel like when I got an opportunity to play in the games, I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, mind you, I'm getting garbage minutes, but I did the best I could. When I got reps in practice, I showed up and did my thing. I was there on time, all that stuff. So it couldn't never say like, okay, this was a bad guy, or he wasn't in the locker room, or he was, asshole. And then I was real tight with all the guys on the team. You know what I mean? Like I was real tight. Mike Conley, Donovan, Royce, Jeff, all the guys, Rudy Gobert, all these guys was like cool dudes. Like, and we kind of, we all kicked it.
I know that enhanced your game, that helped you. All right, so but what happened with the, how they
Before we go to that, the biggest enhancement on my game was like I watched Joe like Ingram's workout every single day. Like after practice, when he would be like, "Yo, get some reps with me," but sometimes dudes want their own reps. You know what I'm saying? But like I would watch him work out before the games. I watch him work out in practice. If I got a chance to get in reps on him, I would get reps on him because he was that guard that was like, okay, cool. Like a big guard, lefty, smooth, crafty, can't speed him up. That was one of my guys I watched, and he gave me so much game when it came to playing on the floor. Him and Jeff, like, was the guy that I kind of gravitated towards, and then I would just pick Mike Conley brain off of just his veteran life in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like him playing so long in the NBA. But like coming up to the departure, we are coming back from Minnesota. We just played Cat and them. We beat Cat and them at that. No, my bad. We lost to Cat and them. And
He name dropped.
Yeah. We lost to Cat and we lost to Minnesota, and that shit was crazy, right? So we lost to them. But it was a turned up game for sure. Get back to Utah. I'm at home. I'm about to go to sleep. Mine is late. I'm about to go to sleep. Finally get some sleep. Phone buzzing. It's my agent. He's like, hey man, I think the Jazz gonna release you. They just told me that they're gonna make a move. They want to bring in a veteran player, whatever. I'm like, damn. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, shit. What we gonna do now? He's like, we gonna wait till the morning. They're gonna probably, have you come in and talk to him. I do the exit meeting or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go in, sit down with the GM, sit down with the president, all those guys, and they just kind of told me, just like, man, look, we like you a lot, but this is a business move. We got to do. They ain't say business move, but basically, how they saying, like, we got to do this. Nothing that you did wrong. I asked him, I was upfront, I'm like, something I did wrong? Did I rub somebody the wrong way? Did y'all feel like I'm not working hard enough? What is it? Like, explain to me what I did wrong, so I know that wherever I go next, I don't do the same thing. Right? It's just like, you did nothing. There's nothing wrong with your personality. There's nothing you did wrong. You can play. You're a hell of a player. You shot it well through training camp. You did everything you're supposed to do to be on this roster. But it's just pretty much a business. Right. And I took it on the chin and was like, I bet. I appreciate the opportunity. They told me, like, look, man, you need anything, which they wasn't lying. You need anything from us, any recommendations, whatever, we'll set it up. You know what I'm saying?
You instantly went to
So instantly, I didn't go to any other NBA team, but I instantly went to Europe.
And where you going next now?
I'm going to Japan this year.
That's a new experience.
Absolutely. I'll probably retire there. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even been there yet, but I know I'm probably
retired.
So
you don't have the itch no more, like, to get to that league?
To league? No, not really, unless it made sense. One of them wanted to come at me, but, like, to chase it, nah. Yep.
So, bro, we wrapping up. I just got a couple questions, bro. What game, if you can remember, what game did you feel like you arrived? I'm just talking about basketball in general. What game did you feel like, damn, I'm about to go somewhere and play or try to make a career of this?
What game? UNLV at Colorado State on CBS. CBS, yeah.
What you hit on
TV game?
I had 20 against their 3 top draft picks. 20, and we won the game. We came back they was up on us on 20. We came back and won that shit.
And that's the game you was like,
I'm going. I'm gonna play somewhere and make some type of money.
Right.
Yeah.
Last question. Yeah. Who would you like to see on Built for Nothing, man?
Nothing?
Just to tell that story, you feel me?
Tell that story?
That you don't know quite, you want to hear it.
Man, like, one I can say is, I got a couple, man. Like, I want to hear John Crosby's story.
Gotta get him.
He a bucket.
Gotta get him.
I want to hear his story because I really didn't know John until I started seeing him playing at Brunson. Then I wound up knowing that he went to Dayton. I watched him play on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Who else, man? I mean, it's a couple dudes. I mean, of course, I know Dre. So, but I would love to see him on here too. Shit, man. I don't know.
We'll leave it at that, bro.
Yeah, I feel like that's
I need
good.
both of them on the show. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel like good. But the reason why John popped my mind because I just watched him play. I messed with your game. Like, you're really about a bucket. Yeah,
I want to know how he got from where he got to, especially with the Dayton and Delaware.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, bro, I appreciate you for coming on the show, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Look, I love your story, bro.
I appreciate it, bro. I don't mind telling it. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro.
But that's another episode from Built From Nothing. I'll get at you later.